In today's tutorial on Power BI REST API, I walked you through how to interpret the JSON formatted text that generated in response to our queries. When you experiment with API options on the Microsoft Learn portal, you receive a chunk of text like this. It can be a bit difficult to read, especially without prior experience with the JSON format. Naturally, before fully delving into the world of REST API, we would want to gain a clearer understanding of what's possible. And the best part, we will accomplish all of this without needing to rely on our IT department. If you are ready, let's roll the intro. Hello and welcome to BI-Lingual Analytics. My name is Roland and I'm here to guide you through the world of Power BI. If this is your first time around here, then please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. By doing so, you won't miss any of my Power BI videos. It means a lot to me and helps others to find content like this. In a previous video, we covered the fundamentals of REST API and how to get started. Today, I won't repeat all of that. If you missed that and you're new to this tool, make sure to start with this video. As you may recall, I made a comment about the appearance of the API response. Let's have a quick rewind. And voila! I mean, at first it all looks ugly. It is just a blob of text, but let me highlight certain lines in this JSON formatted text. So, how can we improve the way it looks? Well, let's import this JSON text into Power Query. Power Query has the capability to parse it, meaning it can read JSON and format it into organized columns and rows. And you know what? It only takes a couple of clicks. With that said, let's switch over to Microsoft Learn, where we will start today's learning. Let's revisit the example we used in our first REST API video, exporting all datasets within a workspace, or as it's referred to here, a group. I click on the shiny Try It button, copy the workspace ID from Power BI service, and give the Run button a click. The response is familiar, but this time I want to dive a bit deeper. I would like to see the information in a table format, including the dataset ID, name, its URL, and let's say the creation date. And I want to streamline this process and avoid the manual copy-pasting of 4 fields into an Excel spreadsheet, especially when dealing with potentially numerous datasets in a workspace. Power Query is where the magic happens. Let's head over to Power BI and get this data. I start by selecting Get Data from Web, and right away I choose the Advanced option. In the URL part section, it's a breeze to copy-paste the URL Microsoft Learn has generated for us in the Request URL section. Next, we need to identify ourselves, and that's where our trusty token comes into play. If you go back to Learn and scroll down a bit to the Request preview, you will find the URL we are using, and just below that, a so-called bearer token, the long text field. This is what allows us to identify ourselves in the API request. I'm not going to lie, I'm not an expert on token, but I know that this is generated by our login details. When I logged in to try the API, a token was assigned to me. After doing a bit of research, I found out that these tokens expire after 1 hour of inactivity. You can find more information in the links provided in the description. However, at this point, we're still in exploration phase with REST API. We are not quite ready to deploy a live solution, especially knowing that it will only work for a limited period of time. In an upcoming tutorial, I'll walk you through how to handle this by registering an app, or what you might need to ask from your IT department. So, stay tuned. Once the token is generated, let's head back to Power BI. Under the HTTP request header parameter option, type authorization and paste in the entire text with bearer at the front, just like this. And voila! We now have all these details neatly organized in a table inside Power Query. As I mentioned, I want to keep the ID, the name, the URL, and the creation date. Now it's time for the regular Power Query data transformation steps. We can start by removing all other columns, then fine-tune headers, or even adjust data types as needed. Once that's done, simply hit close and apply. And just like that, we've created a table of all the datasets, complete with links, ready to be used in a Power BI report. And if I create a new dataset called REST API on a service, it will be automatically listed in Power BI Desktop after a refresh. This seamless integration makes working with REST API in Power BI incredibly efficient and convenient. How good is that? We are getting the same valuable response we got from the online Microsoft Learn platform, but this time it's represented in a much more digestible format. Thanks to Power Query, we refined it by removing any fields or columns we didn't need. I encourage you to give this a try in your workspace or experiment with any other listing features in the REST API. Power Query in Power BI Desktop is a powerful tool to bring these results to life. As I mentioned earlier, this method is fantastic for exploring the possibilities of REST API without having to dig into coding. It's all about relying Microsoft Learn and copy-pasting bits here and there. Next week, we are going to take it up a notch. We'll be creating a report for all dataset refreshes within a single workspace using REST API. And the best part, you can replicate this on your own as well. After that, once I've shared enough examples to get you as excited as I am, we'll dive into some more technical aspects. So stay tuned for more deeper insights. Until then, feel free to drop your questions, comments, or feedback into the comment section below. I'll do my best to address each and every one of them as quick as possible. Who knows, your question might just inspire the next tutorial on how REST API can help you solve a specific problem. Since you stayed till the end, I'm confident you found value in this video. If that's the case, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to explore more of my tutorials like these ones above me. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.